San Miguel Chapel, sometimes called San Miguel Mission, is one of Santa Fe's most important historic buildings and is widely described as the oldest church in the continental United States. The precise construction date is uncertain, but historical sources generally place its origins around 1610 to 1620, shortly after Santa Fe became the Spanish colonial capital. It sits right next to the oldest house in America. We'll talk about that another day. Now I'll read this plaque for you, so you don't have to. Welcome to San Miguel Church. Under the auspices of Fray Alonso de Benavides, this church was built by Tlaxcalan Indians from Mexico in the early 1600s. The original adobe walls remain under the stucco exterior. The church's roof was burned and destroyed during the Pueblo Indian Rebellion of 1680. After resettling Santa Fe, General Diego de Vargas had a new roof constructed in 1694. So as I said before, it sits right next to the oldest house in America, and that's what this is. This is the oldest house in the continental United States, the house on the Vargas Street, but we'll talk about that another day. Let's get back to the San Miguel Chapel. Repairs continued until 1710. A three-tiered tower was erected about 1830, and in 1887 buttresses were added for support. In 1955, archaeological investigations were conducted in and around the church. Restoration of the beautiful altar backdrop was done that same year. The chapel stands in Santa Fe's historic Barrio de Analco on the south side of the Santa Fe River. Analco comes from the Nahuatl language meaning roughly on the other side of the river. The neighborhood developed separately from the Spanish governmental center surrounding the plaza. The nobles lived on the north side of the Santa Fe River, and the peasants, so to speak, the lowborn, lived on the south side of the river. San Miguel was probably constructed largely by the Tlaxcalans, who were from central Mexico. They had helped the Spanish defeat the Aztecs. They fought on our side against the Aztecs. They came north with the Spanish as allies and settled in the Analco neighborhood. Under the Franciscan friars' direction, the chapel provided a place of worship for the Tlaxcalan community, Spanish soldiers, laborers, and others who were living outside the Central Plaza district, the lowborn. The earliest building would have been much simpler than what visitors see today. An adobe structure with a dirt floor, wooden roof beams, and a mud roof. The chapel was dedicated to St. Michael the Archangel. That's why it's called San Miguel Chapel. San Miguel became directly involved in one of the defining events in New Mexico history. During the Pueblo Revolt of 1680, Pueblo forces attacked Spanish settlements throughout New Mexico. When the revolt reached Santa Fe, the Barrio de Analco was attacked and San Miguel was set on fire. Historical accounts indicate that its wooden roof and interior were destroyed or severely damaged, although portions of its adobe walls survived. The revolt forced the Spanish population to abandon Santa Fe and retreat south toward El Paso del Norte, which is modern-day El Paso. Pueblo peoples controlled Santa Fe for approximately 12 years. Then in 1692, Don Diego de Vargas led the Spanish return to New Mexico. Interestingly, historical documentation suggests that San Miguel had not disappeared completely. In 1693, Vargas discussed repairing the surviving walls, replacing damaged sections, and putting a new roof on the chapel. His immediate plans were disrupted by the renewed fighting over Santa Fe. A major reconstruction was eventually completed in 1710 under Governor José Chacón Medina Salazar y Villaseñor, Marquis de la Peñuela. Much of the chapel's present basic form dates from this reconstruction. Another major transformation came in 1798 when repairs were made and the chapel received its remarkable wooden altar screen. The altar screen represents the Spanish colonial religious art tradition that developed in New Mexico. The chapel also contains an old wooden statue of San Miguel, St. Michael the Archangel, which predates 1709 according to the National Park Service. The enormous San Jose bell, weighing approximately 780 pounds. A three-tiered bell tower was added to the chapel in 1848, and the bell was installed in 1856, but a powerful windstorm in 1872 destroyed the upper portions of the tower and sent the bell crashing down. It was later recast and eventually placed inside the chapel. Another chapter began in 1859 when Archbishop John Baptist Lamy brought the De La Salle Christian Brothers to Santa Fe to establish a school for boys. San Miguel became closely associated with what developed into St. Michael's College and later St. Michael's High School. The chapel served the school community for generations. During the late 1800s, the aging adobe structure again required substantial repairs. Stone buttresses were constructed to strengthen its walls, helping preserve the building that survives today. What makes San Miguel extraordinary isn't simply that it's America's oldest church. Its history connects Tlaxcalan settlers from central Mexico, the Pueblo peoples, Genizaros, Spanish colonization, Franciscan missionaries, the Pueblo Revolt, Don Diego de Vargas' reconquest of New Mexico, Spanish colonial religious art, Archbishop John Baptist Lamy, Santa Fe High School, and generations of Santa Fe residents. Today it remains only a few blocks from the Santa Fe Plaza, still standing in the ancient Barrio de Analco more than 4 centuries after its founding. Now this was the story of San Miguel Mission by Trajity. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the video. Gracias.